Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Awesome Learning, and today we are going to discuss about chromosomal theory of inheritance from the lesson Principles of Inheritance and Variation. So children, in the previous video we had discussed that though Mendel gave so many theories and laws, still he was not recognized till 1900. Okay, so why was it? We have discussed in the previous video that there were four reasons for not being recognized by the world, and we have already done it. So now we are going to discuss chromosomal theory of inheritance. So from here, children, on your NCERT page, will be starting from this line. In 1900, three scientists, so you have to underline this because one marker question can come, that who were the scientists who actually were doing the same work as done by the Mendel, but after many years of Mendel's discovery. So three scientists were there, De Veres, Correns and Teschmark, they rediscovered Mendel's result. That means they proved the same thing that was said by Mendel, but they did not do it collectively. Every scientist was doing his part of discovery by his own. Okay, so also by this time, and because many years have been gone, and new discoveries and advancements were there, microscopes were discovered, so these discoveries helped these scientists to prove whatever Mendel said. So because of microscopes, because the microscopes were advanced now, they could easily see or observe the cell division, which Mendel was not able to do. Okay, then discovery of structures like nucleus was now properly visible due to the microscopes advancement. Okay, and they could also see that it had double and divided just before that during the cell division when karyokinesis has occurred, but cytokinesis is still in you can say is still going on. The cell at this point of time when karyokinesis has been done and cytokinesis is just being in process, the cell contains two nucleus. At this point of time, the every cell will contain two nucleus. Why? Because karyokinesis is over. So, and due to karyokinesis, there are two nucleus now, and cytokinesis is going on. Right? So this was now visible due to the advancement in the microscopy, right? Which Mendel could not see. Now children, as you see here, this led to the discovery of structures in the now, because nucleus was visible, so the structure inside the nucleus were also visible. And you know that during cell division, the chromatin threads which are present in the nucleus, they condense and they form thick structures which are known as chromosomes. So because the nucleus was discovered and the scientists could see the nucleus, they could also see some structures inside the nucleus which were also now double in quantity. The nucleus was also double, and the structure inside the nucleus were also double, and this double structure divided just before cell division. So that means replication of DNA. You remember in class 11 you have done that S phase. Now before division, S phase comes, that means replication has been done, and during the replication the number of chromosomes are always double. So if a person looks at the cell during the S phase, just before the cell division, they will see the chromosomes in double the quantity. and they were easily visible. The chromosomes were easily visible because they were colored due to the stain. And because of this staining, the scientists could easily spot the chromosomes inside the nucleus, and they said that these chromosomes are double just before cell division. Okay. So by 1902, chromosome movement during meiosis had been worked out. Now because the chromosomes are double inside the cell during the cell division, now the double set of chromosomes will move towards the opposite ends. Remember the centriole, the opposite ends, okay? And during the meiosis, that is reduction division, when it is going on. So this was also observed by the scientists due to the microscopes. Then you children, you see, you can underline here, Walton Sutton and Theodore Boveri noted that behavior of chromosomes was parallel to the behavior of genes. That means the whatever properties the genes had, those properties were also seen by the chromosomes. So they were parallel in behavior to the genes and used chromosome movement to explain Mendel's law. So these scientists, who were the scientists? Sutton and Boveri, both of them used this movement of chromosomes. Which movement I am talking about? When the chromosomes move to the opposite poles during meiosis. So they used this theory of chromosomal movement to explain Mendel's law. Because Mendel himself could not explain, he gave the law, but he could not explain. Whenever a person tells or gives a statement, he is being asked by the others to prove whatever he is saying. So Mendel gave the law, he gave the statements, but proving his statements, in proving his statements, he was a bit weaker, and so he was not recognized by the world. But later on, Sutton and Boveri, they explained the same theory given by Mendel, but they used chromosomal movement to explain that theory. Okay. So recall that you have studied the behavior of chromosomes during mitosis. You remember mitosis, which is equational division. Chromosome number remains the same here. And during meiosis, which is reductional division, because chromosome number here are half. The important things to remember are that chromosomes as well as genes, both of them occur in pairs. Chromosomes are also in pairs, genes are also in pairs. So the two alleles of a gene, suppose there is a gene for height, okay, suppose there is a gene for height, so that gene pair will have two alleles. So the two alleles of a gene pair are located on the homologous chromosomes, homologous site on the homologous chromosomes. For example, let me show you here. These are the two homologous chromosomes. Can you see? This is one chromosome. This is the other one. These are the two homologous chromosomes. You see? So, as I was telling you, that these are the two homologous chromosomes. You see, these are the two homologous chromosomes. So a gene pair will have two alleles. It will have two alleles. So one of the allele, if it is present at this location, then the other allele of the same gene will be present at the same location on the homologous chromosome next as on the other one. Okay, because one allele will be here for height, suppose it is capital T, then small t will be here at the same location on the second pair of the or the second homologous chromosome, right? Understood? So this is what they said, that the two alleles of a gene pair are located on homologous sites. That means the site is same location on homologous chromosomes. So these are the homologous chromosomes, right? So just to show you brief up, proposed by Walter Sutton and Theodore Boveri 1902, they said that pairing and separation of a pair of chromosomes. Now these chromosomes can get separated. Okay, they will get separated from the point of attachment. So and even the pairing, when separated ones will come close together and they will be paired. So pairing and separation of chromosomes led to segregation of pair of factors they carried. So now if these two chromosomes, suppose there are two alleles, capital T and small t here, and if they get the chromosomes get separated, so the alleles will also get separated, right? So that is what they are saying, that pairing and separation of chromosomes led to the segregation. So capital T and small t will also get segregated or separated. Sutton united chromosomal segregation. So Sutton said because chromosomes segregate, so genes will also segregate, because genes are present on the chromosomes. If chromosomes get segregated, genes will also get segregated. That is why Sutton united chromosomal segregation with Mendelian principles and called it as chromosomal theory of inheritance. Then Sutton said, because Mendel could not explain why the genes got segregated. So now Sutton came and he said, Sutton and Boveri said that because chromosomes get separated or segregated, so Mendelian factors, who are Mendelian factors? The genes, the alleles, they will also get segregated. So he combined them and he called it as chromosomal theory of inheritance. Okay, where chromosomes are the one which are responsible for the inheritance, because genes are present on the chromosomes. Okay, so you see, just to explain, chromosomes are vehicles of hereditary. Okay, this was said by Sutton and Boveri because they actually discovered a connection between the chromosome, genes and alleles. So two identical chromosomes, the chromosomes which are same, the two identical ones are known as homologous pair. Now you see here, homologous pair of chromosomes, this is paternal, comes from father, this is maternal, comes from mother, and we always get one pair of chromosome from each, because gametes are always haploid. They will only contain one pair set, one of the set. Okay, and so father gives one chromosome, mother gives one chromosome. Now what happens, these chromosomes, they replicate. So this one will make a copy of itself. Replication means making a copy. So this made a copy of itself, so it became, see, paired. Similarly, this also made a copy of itself by replication, and you see it also became paired. So now these are homologous. This one and this one is homologous. Similarly, this one and this one are homologous. See, and these two are sister chromatids. These are also sister chromatids. But if I tell you this one and this one, these are non-sister chromatids. Understood? So this is what is about homologous chromosomes. You see, homologous pair of chromosomes. Now they are explaining you with another example from mother. This is mother's chromosome double, and this is the color. This is the location of the gene for eye color. And similarly, the father's gene for eye color is here. See, eye color gene have same locations, though the genes are different. They have represented it by red and green color. So though the alleles are different in father and mother for the eye color, but location is same, you see. Similarly, gene for enzyme A, this is the allele. Gene for enzyme A, this is the allele. Position or location is same, though the alleles are different. Similarly, gene for cytochrome C is this, and here also in father, the gene for cytochrome is this. So location is same, but the alleles can be different. So this is what I wanted, or I was trying to explain you, how the positioning of the alleles on the homologous chromosomes are same, though alleles can be different, but their positioning is same. Okay, thank you.